You ever hear a line in a song or read a piece of writing and it just clicks, like it holds some secret to a better way of living? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dive into today. How a few poetic lines can actually give us a practical blueprint for a life filled with way more adventure and meaning.
So let's just start right here with a quick gut check. Think about your life day to day. Are you just trying to get through it? Just surviving? Or are you truly on an adventure? Seriously, the answer to that one question can change absolutely everything.
The way this piece sees it, we're usually operating in one of two modes. First, you've got the survival mindset. You know this one. Head down, blinders on, just focused on getting to the finish line. But then, there's the adventure mindset. This is head up, eyes open, totally curious about the journey itself. The big takeaway here, it's not about the path you're on, but how you decide to walk it.
So what's the secret sauce? What's the engine that powers this huge shift from just surviving to actually adventuring? Well, it's one simple thing: curiosity. It's the choice to see your path not as a chore you have to finish, but as this amazing landscape full of potential discoveries. It's not about changing where you're going, but changing how you pay attention along the way.
Which brings us to our first really big idea, the art of getting lost. I know, it sounds kind of backward, right? We're always taught to have a plan, a map, a destination, but if an adventure is fueled by curiosity, well then the greatest adventures often kick off the moment we're brave enough to just put the map away. Now this is a challenging idea for sure. I mean, everything in our culture screams at us to have a 5-year plan, a goal, a crystal clear destination. But what if the complete opposite is true? What if the richest, most valuable moments in our lives happen precisely when we don't have a clue what's around the next corner?
And it really makes sense when you think about it, doesn't it? You can't discover a new continent by sailing on seas that have already been charted. Real, true discovery, that only happens when you venture out into the unknown, when you learn to embrace that feeling of, okay, I don't know what's next, and that's exciting.
Okay, so let's be really clear about what getting lost means here. This isn't about being reckless. It's about giving yourself permission to just roam without a super rigid plan. It's about learning to see uncertainty as an opportunity, not as something to be afraid of. Because, kind of paradoxically, the source suggests it's only when we're truly lost out in the world that we finally get the chance to find ourselves.
So, if getting lost is the path to finding yourself, where does all this discovery actually happen? Well, the source gives us this absolutely beautiful metaphor for it. We find ourselves in life's art gallery.
Finding ourselves in life's art gallery. Just let that sink in for a second. It completely reframes how you see the world, right? It's no longer just a list of problems to solve or tasks to check off. Instead, your life becomes this curated collection of moments and experiences, and each one is just waiting for you to stop, look, and appreciate it.
This is really the heart of the whole idea. Life's art gallery isn't a physical place, it's a mindset. It's choosing to see the masterpiece in a sunset, the sculpture in a good conversation, the poetry in a simple, everyday moment. It's about becoming an active observer of all the beauty that's already around you.
But hold on, we're not just quiet visitors walking through this gallery. The source then gives us a second metaphor that puts us right in the middle of all the action, interacting with everything and everyone around us. This garden of humanity, well, that's our shared reality. It's our community, our connections, it's the whole world where all of our individual journeys cross paths. So if the gallery is about how we see things, the garden is all about how we participate and how we grow. Okay, so if we're all here together in this collective garden, what are we supposed to be doing? What are we meant to cultivate? The final part of this whole philosophy gives us a beautiful guide for how to tend to our own little patch of the world. Man, the imagery here is just so powerful. Passion isn't some treasure you just randomly stumble upon. It's a seed. It's a seed you have to plant and nurture. And what makes it grow? Curiosity. It's like you have to actively put yourself in places where your curiosity can rain down and bring those hidden passions to life.
To put it really simply, without that constant watering from curiosity, the seeds of your passion are just going to stay dormant. It's the essential ingredient, the catalyst for a vibrant, engaged life.
And here it is. This is the ultimate instruction. Of all the things you could possibly choose to grow in your corner of the garden, the source says to focus on one thing: love. But, and this is a big but, it doesn't just grow by itself. It needs to be actively nurtured. And the water for that is gratitude. So, when you put all the pieces together, you see this amazing process unfold. It all kicks off with curiosity, which lets our passions take root. From that passion, we make a conscious choice to cultivate love. And then we sustain that love with the daily practice of gratitude. And the natural result, the harvest from all this work, a deep, lasting sense of satisfaction.
And the coolest part is that this isn't a straight line with an end point. It's a virtuous cycle. Practicing gratitude makes love stronger. A life full of love fuels even more passion and curiosity. And it all leads back to this profound sense of satisfaction that just gets deeper and deeper over time.
This is the harvest. This is the ultimate reward for choosing the adventure mindset. It's not about getting more stuff, it's about reaping that internal reward, that satisfaction of a life you've built with intention, with curiosity, and with love.
So let's bring it all home. Getting lost isn't the end goal here. Wandering without a map is the method. It's how you go out and find the materials, the passions, the connections, the love that you need to build a truly meaningful and satisfying life for yourself.
And all of that leaves us with one final, very personal question. The garden is there, the tools have been laid out for you, the only thing left to decide is, what masterpiece will you choose to cultivate?